Gautam, I've often heard you say that the test of a true teaching is its application in one's daily living. In other words, living the teaching. Some may understand it only in theory and even accept it at an intellectual level, but they fail to practice it in their day to day life. How would you explain this?
So, living the teaching is what it is all about. The focus was, at least for me, for Ramesh's teaching, it was always how does a teaching make me live my life in daily living? What is the teaching's impact in daily living? That was the core. So, it's not a theory. One incident came to light was in a temple town. I wouldn't go into the town's name right now. So there was an author who had published a book on, you could say, the subject of Advaita. And since I had a publishing house, she wanted to meet me and we spent a few hours together. So we went to the main temple in this temple town. A few of us, some of my friends, and this author, she said, I'll take you there, which was very sweet of her. And we went. As with all temples, there's a lot of crowd and there are a lot of beggars who abound. Now, what I saw absolutely stunned me, because when we were there and one or two beggars approached us, of course you say, please don't disturb us, or we don't have any change, and you move on. What I saw was this lady opened her bag and pulled out something which, when she unfurled, it became a stick. And then she held the stick and pointed it, I remember, to one particular beggar who was an old man who was approaching us. She pulls out the stick and she says, don't you come near me or I'll hit you. And I was aghast, because firstly, this is not done. He's not coming to you with a knife. She must have probably sensed this in me, because she turned back and said, she said, you never know what they do. You have to be like this. You have to be assertive. You have to be strong. You have to show them things. I mean, I was stunned into silence, because I said, here is someone who's written a book on the subject. And to see such a high degree of separation, of mistrust, of me versus the other, my understanding was this could only happen if it was God's will. Clearly, she had no control over this. It was in complete unawareness. It's not something she did. It was who she was. But such an extreme distrust in the other, from one who has written a book on the subject, can truly only be God's will.